Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. All right. Okay. When I hear it, I'm waiting for the introduction. Here we go. Not yet. Keep wait. There we go. All right, people. Yeah. They are clapping like that because we are back and it is Wednesday. We are back with another show. This is TT, and hopefully everybody's paying attention. T, TT, N T. Okay, that's here. You came here because you know where you can come to have an amazing time, an amazing show. All right, give yourself an applause because we have the livest audience on this side of the South. And we have some homegrown host, Takara Hyde from Winking Out Productions. You do look mighty Bridgerton, if I do say so myself. And we have co-host Mr. Write a Song Off the Dome, Titus Glenn. And I am your host, Miss Madam Secretary. Hello. All right, y'all. Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey.
Yes, I just wanted to tell all of our audience that this is the show where we spotlight independent artists, entrepreneurs, and everyday people, right?
Absolutely.
I know that's right. Let's get on into the game. Y'all, I surveyed 100 people. I want the top 8 answers. Yes, look enthused. Give me some energy, Takara, and be enthused. Okay. I surveyed 100 people and I want the top 8 answers. Give me a word that rhymes with election.
Titus goes first, right?
He may have to get his composure together. All right. You know what? We're going to play Rochambeau, and I want you to do it right up in the camera so everybody can see, and we're going to be fair. Put your arms up, and you know what? Let's just call it paper, rock, scissor. And your march, get set. Paper, rock, scissor, shoot. Did he go after her? Oh, Takara won that. Titus
Tar
Glenn,
wins.
you are first. Titus, give me a word that rhymes with election.
I'm gonna go with somebody put in the chat already. Protection.
That is correct.
We'll go with thank you, Joyce. We appreciate you.
That's correct. Takara Hyde, we surveyed 100 people. We need the top 8 answers. Give me a word that rhymes with election.
That's what I thought. I'm glad I'll take that buzzer.
All right, we're moving right along. Titus Glenn, we have surveyed 100 people, and we need a word that rhymes with election.
Perfection.
That is correct. That is correct. Everybody give him a round of applause. Takara Titus is pulling off with the win. He has 2 points, and you still have a goose egg. This is your turn to come on back. We surveyed 100 people. Give me one of the top 8 answers. Give me a word that rhymes with election.
Connection.
That is correct, Takara. Oh, she's coming back fast. Titus Glenn, we surveyed 100 people. We want our top 8 answers. We have 3 out of the way: protection, collection, and perfection. Titus Glenn, give me a word that rhymes with election.
Selection.
That is correct.
Thank you, Joyce.
And selection happened to be the number one answer.
Oh, good.
Right. Takara, let's go. We surveyed 100 people. Give me the top 8 answers. Give me one of them for a word that rhymes with election.
Did he say direction already?
Mm-mm.
Okay, direction.
That does rhyme, so we'll go ahead and give it to you.
Not up there though.
It's not up there.
Direction.
So we'll give you the claps, but we can't give you the points. We need the top 8 answers.
Okay.
Titus Glenn.
Oh my goodness, just say it. Okay. Erection.
All right, it's up there. It's up there. That was the number 2.
I was encouraged by Michelle Odom.
It was the number 2 answer.
Okay.
All right. Titus O, Takara Hyde. We surveyed 100 people. We are looking for the top 8 answers. We have 4 down and 4 to go. Give me a word that rhymes with election. All right, Takara, we'll come back to you. Titus has a chance to steal. Titus Glenn, we surveyed 100 people. We have the top 4 answers. We're looking for the other 4 answers.
Four?
Yes, we did. No, you can just give us one of them.
Said about 8 words.
I was on a roll with my hosting. Thank you, Titus.
Finally. Okay, go ahead.
Titus Glenn, give me a word that rhymes with election.
Titus, without looking at the chat.
Oh, without looking. Detection.
It is up there. Yes, it is. It is on the scoreboard. That was a number 4 answer. All right. Takara Hyde, give us a word that rhymes with election. Takara Hyde.
Takara.
Oh no! Like this is a real hard.
All right, we surveyed 100 people, and they were so excited that you guys will be playing the game. Titus Glenn, give us a word that rhymes with election.
Did we say collection already?
Yeah. You did not.
No, we didn't.
Not collection. Yes.
Thank you, Miss Odom.
We have. Listen, Takara, we're gonna have to give you a point because he is using the chat. All right, we did not ask you to phone a friend. Takara Hyde for the win. This one will tie you up.
I was like, hurry up.
2 or 3 answers came from the chat. Takara been doing it all.
I should still have one up.
Okay, we'll give you one. Takara, we'll give you one, but this last word is worth 2. All right. Takara Hyde, we surveyed 100 people, and we're looking for this last answer. Give me a word that rhymes with election.
Confection.
We'll give you a clap.
These are some thrown out words.
Rhyme. It did rhyme. But one more time, Titus, for the win. Give me a word that rhymes with election.
Collection.
Yeah, I already said
it. Rejection.
Oh yes, Titus. The last word was rejection. We'll give a clap, but not a point because it was for 2. Yes. You guys did wonderful.
Conception, rejection, perfection.
The last one was rejection. It was selection. Election, perfection, detection, rejection, collection.
I'm not good with excellence words.
Yes. But the number 1 answer was selection, and Titus got that. And number 2 was erection. So Yes, that is our time, and I'll pass it over to Titus Glenn.
All right, everyone, we are here back at it. TTNT spotlighting indie artists, entrepreneurs, and everyday people. So my co-hosts, don't they look? They look amazing tonight. They got me looking shabby. I do have a little sinuses over here today, but then again, we here. Give it up for Madam Secretary. Can you share this post because her eyelashes are intact? And I think she's been rocking. She's been doing good for like the last 4 shows. Can't see glue or nothing. Flawless. That's what's up. All right. So y'all give it up for my co-host. Y'all like, tag people in this post. We're going to have a dope show. We're going to be talking about autism, I believe. I have an autistic daughter, and so I'm really excited about this show. So we're going to hop into a song that is actually the main idea, which is the theme song.
You teaching?
Listen, I must be teaching tonight. The main idea. What am I trying to say? It's the theme song. There we go. Get it out, Titus. It's the theme song of our author tonight, Miss C K Odom herself. We're gonna play the song as we get her in the room. So while we're getting her in the room, go ahead and tag people in this post and share this episode. Let's get it.
Woo! We're intelligent. Intelligent thinkers. Intelligent. Intelligent, yes. Thinkers. Intelligent. So smart and so good. The smart and so
Welcome. I want to call you. I'm sorry. When I'm not used to our audience being on time all the time, and so come on. My bad, audience. Our audience members, we appreciate you showing up. We will make sure HR hire you again. So I want to call you Mrs. Odom because those that don't know, your son has been on the show multiple times with guests, and so can we call you Mrs. Odom or what do you want us to call you?
You can call me Kay.
Hey, I love it. Hey, all right. Well, I still want to call you Mrs. K.
Okay, that's perfectly fine.
I'm loving this hat and this fit. Look at you. That's what's up. Well, welcome to the show. We are excited that you're here. I am definitely excited, about what we're going to talk about tonight, especially with my daughter being autistic. And those that don't know, you are an author of a children's book that's related to autism. So if you have those that are in the chat, if you have somebody that this hits home, tag somebody that is autistic or have children that are autistic. Those that don't know, there's different layers to it. So definitely we want to have this conversation. So I'll start out with my question, and then I'll let my co-host chime in. My question will be tonight, like, what got you into writing this particular book?
Working with autistic kids and also having it in my family. But when I had the opportunity and the privilege to work with them, they inspired me so much because I observed them. I saw them. I saw all of their possibilities, everything that they were capable of, all their brilliance. I was able to see beyond their physical disability and really see the gifts and the talents that they possessed.
I mean, that is so dope because I know when I look at my daughter, I was talking to Madam Secretary the other day. My daughter, she just catches on to stuff and she just starts to just remember and learn, and it's like fascinating to have a conversation with her about a topic that I know nothing about, but she is so engulfed in it that it's like, gotcha, Trinity. Whatever you're saying, Dad agrees with you. Because I know she's gotten, she didn't read, she been either observing, and so it's really, really cool to see. I think my last question, and I'll move out the way. How long have you been writing books?
Well, this is my first book,
Oh,
and it's the first in an upcoming series. So
oh,
it's the introductory book.
that's what's
And
up. Is it gonna all be related to autism, or is it just gonna be different facets of?
autisms and special abilities. We're
Oh,
gonna,
that is so.
yeah, we're gonna touch on cerebral palsy, schizophrenia, bipolar. We're gonna cover it all.
That is amazing. Now, if you need a soundtrack for these books, hit me for sure.
I will most definitely let you know. Because
Uh,
music is so important.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely, because lyrics do matter for sure.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, I love your energy. Like this laugh is like that's what it is tonight. Listen, hey, that's what's up. I'm gonna back out the way, and I'm gonna let Madam Secretary take over and ask her questions.
Thank you,
I,
Titus.
Miss
Hello,
O,
Madam
you are
Oh,
Secretary.
and
so
thank you for my shirt. Just in case we don't get.
yes,
It looks wonderful
yes,
on you.
Thank
You
you.
are gifted.
I appreciate it.
yes. Miss O, you are a sweet soul. You are sweet. It's literally filling my whole room with your laugh, your smile. You were dancing, you seem comfortable, and that is the makings of someone great. And so I appreciate you for bringing that type of energy. I love that. I purposely did not wear my hat tonight because I wanted everyone to see me put it on. Okay. I want y'all to see it from the yes.
Extra.
So I did not put my hat
I
on.
always gotta have an entrance.
There, this one needs listen, you need an entrance, okay? And I'm gonna show y'all that I see. Look. Oh, wait. I need y'all to get in. I need y'all to get in there. That's a feather, y'all.
Mhm.
Listen, and y'all know I do the hats, baby. So listen, I had to make sure I match
You
my
better work
shirt.
it. You
Listen,
better work it.
okay. Now my
You look
hair's a little
fabulous.
big. My hair's a little big. So I'm gonna take some pictures and send it to you. But I needed to show them the product. That because not only do you write books, you have other things. You have other things. Hold on. Ugh. You sell products,
Mhm.
and you are just a woman of many. So I'm gonna put it out there. The Proverbs 31 one, right? Right? She has different things. Yes, ma'am. And in
Thank
the
you.
Bible it says that people will call her blessed. Her children will call her blessed. But if you go further in the Bible, it says people, I will say today you're blessed because I was more than surprised. First of all, I love hats. I got Zakara asked me, how many hats you got? And I was like, over 50, I think. Right. That's a low number. Thank you so much. I just wanted to say thank you.
You are
Your
so
book
welcome.
is amazing. Your book is amazing. I'm looking at your backdrop and just the images, that I apologize. That took some time. That took some time. Um, I'm so sorry. People know I'll be on the show. Yeah. So I want to ask you who this is not an easy topic, right? It's sensitive.
No,
It's very
it is
sensitive.
very. Mhm.
So with that, treading lightly, what was your thought process in saying, you know what, I have to be fearless? What was your thought process? I don't want to give you the words to say, but I just know it's a sensitive topic. So yeah.
Well, really, it's a mandate.
Mm.
I, you know, I do love working with people with autism and special abilities, but the voice of the ITUs is a mandate from God.
Mhm.
He entrusted me with the ITUs to bring them to this realm and fully manifest them here.
Mhm.
And, that's what I'm doing now. I can't hide in the shadows anymore.
Yeah.
It's time for them to make a full entrance
Mhm.
and do what God gave them to me to do. I have to be obedient.
Mhm. Wow, that's a heavy calling, because we are still very much human, and like I said, I understand. I was a teacher, and
Mhm.
there was a special place for my autistic kids, but there was an even bigger place for parents of my autistic kids, especially the ones that didn't know yet. Being a teacher, sometimes I could have a child come in the first 5 minutes, I could already
And
know what was going on, right?
yes, yes.
And so I want to ask you, with this, was that a process that did you create a relationship when it came to the parents?
Yes, yes, I did. Because I believe that the parents could see how much I love their kids.
Mhm.
It's a passion for me. It's not yes, it was a job, but it became so much more than that. And because we had to communicate with the parents daily through their journals and stuff that we sent home, letting them know how their day went and everything.
Mhm.
um we communicated back and forth through writing in the journals, but also over the phone. So
Mhm.
I got to know them, and
Yeah.
yeah,
And my
but
last and final question is, like I said, being a teacher, I had a very special young man. His name was Alex, and his dad was in the army. And when Alex's dad brought him to me, he said, I don't know anything about anything. I came back from the army because mom could not do it anymore. He looked at me as a teacher and said, what do I do? Right. And
Mhm.
so I began to really work with Alex, but more so he was working with me, to be honest.
Mhm. I know exactly
He
what you
was
mean.
working with me. I would put worksheets out, and then if I gave it to him, he wouldn't do it. But I started to notice that underneath the stack of empty worksheets was all his completed worksheets, because when I wasn't looking, he would go and get the worksheets and do them and then put them back, because that stack never moved. He always went to this. It was a consistent thing for him. He needed
Mhm.
consistency and structure. And so my last and final question is, what is the feeling that you get when the light bulb goes off and you realize, right? Because they already know. I really feel like they're geniuses. What is that feeling when you realize that, they've either transitioned or they've grown? Because I really feel like they're taking us on the journey. Truly, I feel like we're on the journey with them, not the other way around. So what is that feeling when the light bulb goes off?
I know that they're, my students, but I felt like a proud mother, because
Yeah.
it's such a great, it's such a great accomplishment. My, well, sometimes I felt like the kids were diagnosed on levels that was lower than their potential.
Mhm.
But, it's the school district, so I had to go with that. But, just seeing them exceed,
Mhm.
what they're labeled as,
Yes.
it's just a proud moment. I'm so happy for them. I'm happy to share it with the parents. And, you know, can I say I'm proud of me too?
Yeah.
Because, as a teacher, we play
Yeah.
a part
Absolutely.
in that.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So,
That
yeah,
is my
that's
question.
what
I
it
mean,
is.
like I said, this is a topic I feel very connected because I've had an experience, and I think until you've had that experience, that's a special, special. Woo! So I'm done. I'm gonna pass it over to my co-host, but she is looking amazing tonight. I love all the blue. I'm gonna pass over to Takara Hyde. She's the CEO.
Thank you, Titus. Are we in channel for a break, or do we have any questions in chat right now?
We don't have any questions yet, but we will. Let's take a little break. We're gonna play your jingle so we can make sure that people are been able to hear the jingle that goes with the book, and then we'll hop into a song, and then we'll come back.
Okay, great.
So here we go, guys. Here it is.
Woo! We're intelligent. Intelligent. Thinkers. Thinkers. Intelligent. Intelligent. Times two. Intelligent, yes. Thinkers. Thinkers. Intelligent. So smart and so good. The smartest
Come on and sing. All right, let's get
Love
it.
my jingle.
Yes, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take another break, a quick break. We're gonna get into Tashay Sai's "Love Lifted Me," and we'll be back. Go ahead and put your questions in there. We already got some questions already coming through. So if you guys have any questions in the chat, please place them in there, and we'll get to them. Here we go. And we are
Awesome.
back. Go ahead, Takara.
Hey, sorry, Ty.
Hello.
Oh my God. Thank you so very much for coming on the show. Titus, before we get started, did we have any questions before I get started with my questions?
Absolutely, we have tons of questions. Okay, shout out to everybody that's showing up for Miss Odom tonight. We appreciate it.
Hey.
First question from Joyce Lazard. I hope I'm saying that right. What level is the book geared to?
I have to say preteens because it's staged in a middle school setting. But in writing the book, well, or creating the voice rather, because the spectrum is so vast, I tried, well, a part of the mandate was to create it where it would be appealing and relatable from, toddlers all the way to adults. And I know that you have to have, well, you're supposed to have a target audience. But when you're dealing with, autism and special abilities, the target audience is going to be different.
Right.
So, I would say preteens, but,
Okay.
the original design is for toddlers to adults.
So, would you say it's a scope to kind of talk about autism to make more conversation around it?
Yes, definitely, to bring out more awareness and also to give people with autism and special abilities their own characters. You know how we grew up with,
For sure.
well, the Little Rascals, because I'm way back there, and, Leave It to Beaver. And then we had Fat Albert, and then, the Rugrats. So, I mean, the issues is going to be them. It's going to be a representation of them. It's going to be about their life, dealing with everyday issues and situations that they encounter. So,
Awesome.
It'll be relatable.
So hopefully, Tay, that also answered your question. Who is the book designed to reach? We have a couple questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's see here. Do you see this book staying in the book form or coming to life with any other avenues like TV, etc.?
Oh yes, most definitely. Most definitely. I would love for them to become a series. Well, I'm just going to put that out there. I believe that, that's a part of their design to become a TV series and, a movie. And I want to take them, as a stage play in the theater and take it from state to state and let it be totally interactive and be a place for fellowship where they can come together and meet new friends and have an outlet, something to do.
That's what's up. I'm gonna ask these questions, then we'll let Takara come in, then we'll come back to that. Takara's like, all right, Titus. So here we go. I'm gonna combine these two questions. I know I saw them in here. What is the vision for the IT2s, and what does IT2 mean?
We call them the ITUs, and it's ITUs. And it stands for Intelligent Thinkers times 2. Because okay.
No, go ahead. What's the vision? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically the vision is kind of like what we've already went over, to create story time tours, to take it on a theater type tour, interactive tour, to take it to the big screen and to create a TV series.
That's awesome. I'm gonna let Takara come in. I know she's boiling with more questions, and then we'll
I am. I love the book. I have a copy of the book. This is TTNT's copy, and absolutely love it. I read it. I actually read it to my son who has a form of autism, and he's being retested. Will be retested come in the next month or so. But I found this book very interesting that it reads in the same language as the artistic person.
Mhm.
If you're not artistic, you're gonna be like, what? But because I'm a mother of the ADHD kids, I definitely picked up on the lingo, of everything. And so one of the things I definitely want to say your book did was clarify something for my 10-year-old. He's going to, yes. I pulled the book out, read the book to him, and he was like, he immediately identified one of his problems that he's been having in school with another kid who is a nonverbal.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that you find in the book, and he was like, Mom, what is the nonverbal? Interesting fact. You have a glossary in the back of your book. How intelligent is that? Can you tell me the first question is, what made you say aha? What was the aha moment to put the glossary in the back of your book?
Because it's we call it a book because that's what we have to label it as here in this earthly realm. But again, it's a voice, it's experience.
Right.
And the main character, dear John, he channeled the book to me.
Wow.
And so that's why it's written in, like you say, artistic lingo.
Yes.
But he loves to write. He carries his journal and his pen with him everywhere he goes. And he loves words.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the characters love words, and they loved looking at the etymology of the word. And when they hear a new word, they want to look it up, they want to know. So I thought, okay, this would be a perfect teaching opportunity too, to include the words in there, so that when they're reading, especially in a classroom setting, you can have the kids go to the back of the book and look the word up.
Right. I connected so well with this book. Like it made knowing about autism and how the struggles in different types of autism works. Do you ever see this being in a classroom, being a teachable tool for classroom?
Yes, I definitely do. And I have the workbook. And right now I'm working on getting the workbook out, since we have stopped hiding and we've come out of hiding. So it's okay now. We can bring the workbook out to accompany the book.
Well, I definitely appreciate this book. I think for me, it has taught me patience. It's taught me how to be more accepting, because one of the characters in the book was kind of like, why is this kid, I don't want to give it spoil the book. Why is this kid keeps doing this to me? And it was like, oh, now it was a perfect aha moment for my 10-year-old. And then as I was reading the book, my 16-year-old came in and was like, Mom, what are you reading? And then I let him see the book. He was like, "Oh, I understand this, Mom," and he's reading. But it was just really encouraging me that they're not different; they're just gifted.
Amen. Yes.
Areas, right. So my other question to you is, as a parent, what advice can you give us that would help us learn a little bit more about, be a little bit more open about our children being artistic, whereas the bad shade that artistic children have, what advice can you give parents dealing with autism?
First and foremost, now they're diagnosing it between 18 months to 2 years. So if you can get an early diagnosis, that will help so much.
Mhm.
And I would say, yes, your child has this diagnosis, but try to see your child as a regular child. The child is gifted, yes. But if just remember that even though they have, even though they think differently and their behavior may be a little bit differently, they're still going through all the normal processes as a regular child.
Right.
And try to work with their talents. I love observing them. I love seeing what catch their interest. In the classroom, I would play different types of music. And if something would catch their interest, I'll cause them to pause. Okay, we're going to explore that more. We're going to play that more and see what comes out of it. So I would say just, love your child, allow your child to just grow and kind of show you the direction that he or she wants to go in. And, when they show you that, if they like playing on a piano or if they like coloring and you can see their artistic abilities coming out, go with that, encourage that, help them to enhance that, to develop that.
Right.
So, and, just know that your child is gifted beyond measure.
Now, I had a little blessing to talk to you in private for a couple of hours, right? And I debated tonight whether I wanted to bring this up, but I'm going to bring it up because it is TT&T. So let's do it.
Okay.
Okay. So Madam Secretary brought up, with her being a teacher and everything. And my question is, what can the school system do to enhance the attention that necessarily surrounds autism? What positive thing can the school system do to help autistic children be gifted?
Allow them to fully manifest their gifts and talents and work with that, not against that. Use it as a reward system. If in our conversation we discussed that my dream, my passion is to have my own artistic center, just like in the book, I Thinkers Academy of Giftedness, and it be totally structured around the needs of kids with autism and special abilities. But, right now, as far as the schools, I was told that they're doing the best that they can. And okay, we have to accept that. Right. But I just feel like that autistic kids have the answer to so many of the world's questions.
Right.
And because we don't have all the patience that we need to take the time to allow them to develop fully their gifts and talents, we're missing out on so much.
I definitely have to agree with that. Being a mother of two boys who is a Black male, My fear every day is when they grow up and they get in their car and they're pulled over and they're anxious, they're fidgeting, that a
Mhm.
police officer, guns them down because they feel fearful for their lives. I'm in the process of doing some things, having some ideas about autistic children who are adults and have to
Mhm.
function in a social aspect and basically become normalized, even though they have their own disabilities as adults. Um, and basically are kind of shunned from the social, ring. So I really fear, for my sons when they grow up. That's one of my biggest fears. Is that my kids getting that big call one day because they have autism, and nobody knows it is gone. So I would have loved if you had a school for autistic children, to feel safe,
You.
to feel like they belong. Because it's one of
Mhm.
my goals for my 16-year-old is to keep him in the public school to make him feel like he belongs. To make him feel like he's special. And thank God that he's such a social butterfly that everybody loves Russell. Everybody knows him. And they know him for his dancing and so he's a social butterfly. So my last final question, what do you see this book doing in the next couple of years for you?
Well, I am going to just put it out there that it will be in the school districts and it will be in our school because I believe that we should dream bigger than ourselves. We should be able to dream bigger than what we can see right in front of us.
Right.
So I would like for it to be like a standard,
Exactly.
because I feel like kids, in the classroom could pick it up, they could read it, and they could relate to it,
Right.
you know, on any age, because we got the pictures in there for the younger kids,
Right.
for the middle kids, we got the pictures and the wording.
Yeah.
And um, also, I want to put in there, even for people that's deaf. Did you notice like the expressions, the
I did.
character expressions?
I did. I noticed your expressions and then even my 10-year-old, he noticed that you had the word on his shirt, his name on his shirt. And so they're very detail oriented, children, artistic children are very detailed. They pick up on every little small detail. And so I really love that about, Braille. I can even see this book being in Braille. That's
Yes,
how
yes.
easy this book can become a Braille book. But I really enjoyed you, Miss Odom. Oh, I'm sorry, Titus. What does the hats have to do with the book? And I'm passing back over to Titus.
Okay. The hats we sell in our It store, and we sell, different things in our It store. And the It store was created because when I was in the classroom, we weren't allowed to take the kids off campus. And I hated that because the kids wanted that experience. So when we would take the kids to lunch, they would want to go in the little cafeteria the little cafe on the side of the cafeteria and buy chips and, pencils and stuff like that. So they wanted that shopping experience. So our hopes is that we could work with the special ed department and bring the It stores into the schools and allow the kids the opportunity, to pick it up and, look at the color, to
Kinda
feel
like the
it,
book fair.
things like that.
Kind
Yeah.
of like the book fair.
So that they can have that
Look at
experience.
Madam Secretary.
No, what is she saying? No,
Kind of like the book fair. I think
Something
that
that
is
she has
awesome.
in the store, but
Yes.
this effect right here, you can't mess this up if you tried. But I think, like I said, working with an autistic child and I think a few of them, this right here, they would play with for a little while. This would keep. They would just, they would just keep. They would draw maybe a heart. They would.
Mhm.
So yes, you do have some things, and I was like, okay, I'm sorry.
Well, thank
Oh,
you once
yeah.
again, Miss Autumn. I really appreciate. We love our gifts, and of course, I'm gonna keep your book, but I might go ahead and just kind of put it in a frame so we can have it and preserve it. And thank you so very much for allowing us to talk about autism during the month of autism, as we celebrate autism. And we really appreciate you. We pray many blessings upon everything that you have. If you ever need us, please don't hesitate to contact us. And we'll definitely represent you very well. And we love you. And you love your son. He's a part of us in so many different ways. So thank you so much again. And I'm going to pass it over either to Madam Secretary or Mr. Titus Glenn.
Yes, before you pass it to Titus.
Let me catch these questions here.
Hold on before you do the questions, because while we're going, I know we're doing time, but while we're talking about, she said something about artistry and the way that this is from an autistic, very special girl, and this is what she drew. Freehand. I hope you guys can see that.
Look at the giftedness in that. Look at the giftedness in her artistic abilities. I love that. I love it.
Each of those, and when I saw her art, she actually was at Titus Glenn's live recording. She actually drew a picture of him, of how she saw him, and she saw him with wings, which was amazing. And we unveiled it she actually had an art exhibit with all of her drawings at his event. So this is very special to us. She sent me this as well, because I always wear the hats. So this is me.
How old is she?
Her name is Genevieve, and she is 20. I want to say she's 22. She's in college. She went to a university, but right now she is doing a series of tests in the hospital. Actually, I just got an update. She's in the hospital. They're trying to figure out some different things with her, but she loves life. And yes. So I wanted to take the time to show you guys that for sure, because when I went through and I started to look at her art, I cried, like real tears, because of how she draws their eyes. It's so much soul in it. So how they see the world is just, very detailed. So I wanted to say that, and then yes, I'll pass it to Titus to go to the chat.
I'm just here. I'm visiting y'all. So
come on, Titus.
Gabe said he actually bought you a picture from Genevieve.
Oh my God. Is that her?
Is that yes.
Yes. I have it on my desk.
Yes.
Oh wow.
She is gifted.
Yes.
I'm gonna send her this video. So if you could give her a shout out, I know she would love this, because right now I believe she still may be in the hospital. So this will just brighten her day. If you could say some kind words, I know she would love this.
Genevieve, it's Miss K here, and I want you to know that I love my fox. You are so gifted and so talented, and I want to encourage you to keep drawing, keep pressing forward, and please know that I'm praying for you. I love you. I love you. Look at my fox.
Oh.
Can you see it?
Wow, yay.
I love it.
Oh, we can
I
kind of
love
see
my
it.
fox.
That's so good.
Thank
wow.
you.
So we got time maybe for like one question, then we'll be out of time. So here's the question. We might have to just have you back just to talk about your other books and what you have going on. So question Anthony Chase says, does everyone have some form of autism? How could it show up in people and how should we handle them?
Does everyone have some form of autism?
Yes.
Is that what he's saying?
That's what he's asking. Yes.
Well, I believe the statistics say that I think it's 40 to 50% of people do have some signs of autism. And I am a big believer in Dr. Temple Grander. Forgive me. But she is autistic, and she said that a lot of people have missed their diagnosis. And, I believe that because how long has autism been around to the point that we've been aware of it? And think about it. We all have family members. We've all encountered people that show some of the signs. And when you work around them, you just know. You just know the signs, the looks. Yeah. So yes, I do believe that
we didn't have a name for it before. That was your cousin that was special, right? And they said special, be nice, like that's your special cousin, but didn't have spectrum or trisomy 21. Like it was like all within one thing, and it was like if they weren't. And this is the craziest thing. Well, this is just my thought. I don't know if you guys seen the series of. He's a doctor, but he's very autistic. But they like go in depth with his vision. He's able to operate because of his gift. I think is it on Netflix or something like that?
The Good Doctor.
The Good Doctor. Yes, the Good Doctor. But truth be told, I know my belief system is that maybe we're the one that they're normal. And we are special because to be a robot, literally, because we follow every traffic law, it's like we're robotic. Maybe something's wrong with us because we don't use the other parts of our brain, right? We only use a small portion of our brain. So who's really special? So, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we've had an amazing show today, and I'm sure we're gonna have to have Miss K back to talk about book 2, maybe even catch her on a book tour to see what's going on and how people are being made aware of autism. Before we get out of here, Miss K, if you could just share with the people how to get the book and how to connect with you on social media.
Okay, great. You can get the book at Amazon.com. It's an ebook, or you could pull it from the shelf, as you've seen. And also, all of our social media is right here. Can you see it?
No.
Is that
okay?
There you
Twitter.
Go. Thinkers. So Twitter at iThinkers X2, Instagram iThinkers X2. Tumblr,
Tumblr.com, and the email is the nonverbal@gmail.com.
Yes.
So make sure you go follow Miss K. Make sure you connect her with other autistic people, those that maybe will be struggling with how to identify and what's going on. I teach, so I get it. I'm always recommending parents, especially when I see it, like, get her tested. And don't be, I want to encourage parents that are watching, don't be ashamed.
Yes.
If your child is different, because I feel like, especially our culture, ain't nothing wrong with my baby. And we're not saying anything is wrong with them. We're saying that they need adequate support And in the school district, they cannot give adequate support if they are not tested.
Mhm.
So you have to
Correct.
out tested, even if you think there's a reading delay or whatever that is, get them tested early so they can get help in the classroom. They can
Mm-hmm.
be pulled out, they can be pulled in small group. There's different things that they cannot do as a teacher and as a principal if your child is not tested. So I wanted to share that with you guys. So never think that your
Thank
child
you.
is something's wrong with it. This is the way that you get help so that your child can either deal with what they're dealing with, or they can get the resources that they need in order to progress in the system if you choose to keep them in the educational system.
And for the
And
people
Titus,
that
can I
don't
just, oh,
know,
I'm sorry.
no, it's okay. For the people that
Oh,
don't know, he said test to get them tested. Just to go a little bit more in depth, go to your local school district or go to your principal's office and say, hey, I want to get my child tested. And the biggest thing that I can say, I know as a teacher, like I said, I understand it's a sensitive topic, but denial, right, for
mhm,
you will
Yes.
make you maybe every day feel a little bit better, but denial will delay them, it'll make things harder.
Absolutely.
So
mhm,
the faster
mhm.
that you can say, I'm doing what's right for my baby, let me just see, let that be the driving force
Don't
to
wait.
calm you down, that I want to give my child the best. And if me getting them extra help, just like tutoring, right? Sometimes you have to take tutoring if that's what you need to tell yourself in order to get yourself in a place emotionally
Right.
to where you can go and ask for help, because this is topic is they're not coming to you unless it's a very 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 strong subject, or the child is having big behavioral problems. Then but this is the thing, up until that point they may get rolled up, they may have to sit out, they may really be stationary when they need to be active, they may have
Mhm.
to go to play therapy. Sometimes they may have to go from teacher to teacher to give their actual teacher a break, because when you don't have that extra help taking them out or sitting with them, I know, and like I said, Alex is near and dear to my heart. We would do circle time, and Alex would get up and walk off. And I'm a
Mm-hmm.
teacher, so I'd be like, eventually I started to understand that I need to let him walk off, and he
Mhm.
would come back. And if he didn't come back, let's just make sure the doors are locked, things like that. So just, if you are a parent of a child and you don't know, but you may have a feeling inside, tell yourself, who,
Please,
just like, and I know
please.
this is going to sound crazy, but just like the breastfeeding conversation, when a breastfeeding mother has to tell herself, even when her body is hurting, I'm doing what's best for my child. Tell yourself, I'm doing what's best for my child. And that will help to calm some of the denial of, is this really happening? It's not a dream. This is really happening. Try your best to calm your spirit and do what's best for them first, and then they'll offer you some help as well. Like I
Yes.
said.
Take it. Because it's gonna
Yeah.
be very frustrating as a
Mhm.
parent.
Mhm.
Please, please, please believe it is extremely frustrating, but you can get help. There is
Mhm.
help out
Yep.
there for you. Absolutely. There's family help, and then there's personal side help for you.
Mhm.
Please, 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 please seek both. Thank
And
you once again, Miss K. Your final statement.
oh, I just wanted to add to that, to just encourage the parents, you know, please don't be ashamed. And don't, when you tell your child not to tell anyone,
Mhm.
of their diagnosis, then you're like reinforcing that, hey, is something wrong with me? I'm not right, and that lowers their self-esteem. Don't be embarrassed by it. Your child is gifted. Go with that. Encourage that.
Absolutely.
And please, please, it is my hope and my desire that the book will help us as a society learn, to appreciate these people. Learn, forgive me, I didn't mean to say these people, appreciate autistic and special needs people and work with them,
Mhm.
work with them, get along with them, and help them.
Absolutely.
accept them.
And
Yes.
if the school is not doing anything, somebody also made a point. You can also go to your pediatrician. You know, they can give instructions for your child to be tested, or they might even have resources to test them separately outside of the school district if you're not getting the help that you need.
And
So,
be truthful on your developmental scale when you do take your child for a
Yeah.
checkup and they ask, are they eating solid foods? Are they walking? Are they jumping? Are they coloring inside the lines? Sometimes we just go through the packet like yes, 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 yes. It's okay to say no, not yet. They may
Mhm.
not be there yet. That's okay to say, and your
It
doctor
is.
won't know.
Yes.
They won't know if you don't tell them because you're with them every day.
Don't
And
let
I
them be
also wanted
40
to,
and not have
yeah,
that help. Don't
I
let
also
them
wanted
be,
to,
yeah.
yeah, I also wanted to say this last thing, and I'll definitely be done because I think we all are very passionate about this. We've never done this before on TTNT, but tonight I feel it to be a special moment. If you know someone, I'm charging everybody here tonight to buy the book and send it to somebody. We've never done this before on TTNT. I'm charging everybody, and I thought today I said I know who I'm going to send the book to. I got two people in mind. And if you can sow a seed in this way, if you know someone, buy this book on Amazon and send it to them. That's what I'm feeling really heavy about right now is buy it and send it. Don't ask any questions. Don't ask them if they would like it. Buy the book. Sow a seed of buying the book and sending it to somebody that you think may help them, even if they have a child that may not be autistic. Sow a seed. Send the book.
all right,
Thank
y'all, that's been
you.
our show. I'm gonna buy my book, and I know who I'm gonna give it to off the bat. But we're getting ready out of here. But like we say every week, y'all. Listen, if you need your lashes done, if you need your makeup done, if you need your hair did, you need braids, you need your wig put on right. Get your girl, Matter Secretary. She will get you together. If you need somebody to sing at your bar mitzvah, you need somebody to sing at your wedding, you need somebody to help you in your administrative work in your business, get with your girl Takara Hyde. And if you need a dope song, get with your boy Titus Glenn for your songwriting and music production needs. We're here to assist at Penny Mark. So y'all, that is our show, and we out.